So let's talk about that first. So like, where did the whole
Yeah,
like passion for working out and all that like begin? How did that all start?
absolutely. Okay, yeah, I think that's much more interesting than me giving you a lecture on diet. Anyway,
We'll get
yeah,
into it. We'll get into it.
um, yeah. So I guess like this is something that was always there since I was probably in high school. You know, you always want to look like a film star,
Yeah.
and like the guys you see on TV, and you're like, wow, I wish I could do that. But you never really appreciate what has to go into that journey to make sure that
Mm.
they're lean and ripped for to be on camera like that. So it was more of just a pipe dream, to be honest. Everyone has those. You just, yeah, you see something you like, you want to aspire towards it, but
Yeah.
you never actually put in the effort to achieve that. Um, yeah, I mean, I'd been training on and off for like 10 years. Well,
Mm.
since I was like, I think probably since GCSE summer holidays. I remember the first time I stepped into the gym,
That's more than 10
and
years
I was
ago.
like, yeah, that's more than 10 years. You're right, actually. Sorry, you're right. Half my life, in fact. Yeah,
Yeah.
16. Oh my God, 16 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was then that it started, and I had this thing that, I'm going to come back to school and in September, and I'm going to be ripped and all
Ripped.
the rest of it, right? And it started like a couple of weeks. I went to the gym solid, did everything, and like with most of these fitness journeys, like 90% of the journeys, it ended there basically
Yeah.
after 2 weeks, and I didn't go back for ages. And then all kinds of excuses would come up. Oh, exams are more important, and this is more important. And there was, and university happened, and in fact during university I started putting on a lot more weight.
Yeah.
And in fact, like, I think you probably remember me, by the time I'd graduated, I was like, what, 22, and I looked as though I was 30 years old then. So it was yeah, I'd let myself slip a little bit during those years. I guess everyone does in some way
Yeah,
or the
yeah, yeah,
other.
definitely.
But yeah, for me, that weight gain really, like, was getting, like, it was just bad habit after bad habit.
Mm.
I had a bad habit with food. Yeah, just no, a very sedentary lifestyle as well. And I guess, yeah, that was most of my 20s were basically spent like that.
Wow.
And then it was just a sudden, like, it was actually one of Baba Satsangs that
Yeah.
spurred me to make some changes.
What do you
And
say?
that's what actually, yeah, so it was the Udghosh on, it was 5 Ds. So direction, discipline, deadline, dedication, and determination, right?
Yeah.
So when I heard that and I applied it to a fitness goal,
Yeah.
and I saw the results 10 weeks later, I said, like, direction, okay, I want my self-esteem back. I want, I want to look good again. I want to feel good again. And this is my goal, basically. And with that came, obviously, the deadline was important. I'm going to lose X amount. And then the discipline came in. So I swapped all of my, all the crap I was eating, basically. So
Yeah.
the pizzas and the Coke, cans of Coke. Like, I would be drinking like 3 of those a day.
Shit.
That's not even the diet Coke. That's like full fat red cans. So I didn't care, right? I was just
Yeah.
like, I was just like living. It was one way of living life, I suppose, just to
Mm.
eat and drink what you want. But obviously it was not doing wonders for my health. So yeah, all of that got swapped up with water, and salads, and just healthy eating, really. And then the dedication was there. So I would make sure that I had a training schedule, and I would make
Mm.
sure that I stuck to it. So 3-4 times a week, whatever it was, I'd be at the gym, training away. And then the final D was the determination factor, because most people give up on this journey very, very quickly,
Mm.
like when they don't see results, because people live for the short-term
Mm.
gain, the short-term, like, results, right?
Yeah, especially
And when they don't get
this.
it,
So yeah, so especially in this day and age when
yeah,
everything is so instant, you know.
Exactly. You're always seeking instant gratification.
Yeah.
It's just how we become conditioned to living, because everything's at fingertips, right? So you don't. And this journey, this weight loss thing, it's a marathon. Right? Like, it has to be treated like that, because it's, you can do any kind of crash diet and shed a few pounds here and there, but to make it like into sustainable, in the maintenance phase, it's got to become part of your lifestyle, and you have to treat it as such. So that's where the determination came in, because actually, 4 or 5 weeks into this weight loss thing, I was still not seeing any results, and that was frustrating me, and that's where most people do give up. But it was pushing past that, and creative substance really helped me at that time to keep focused and keep my eye on the goal, keep my focus on why I was doing it in the first place, and I managed to see it through in the end.
So, that's amazing, man.
So it worked out quite well.
So that's amazing. Like, congratulations first. I think we're all proud of you.
Thank you.
But just a couple of things, like, how do you get that initial passion, like to do something so extreme? As you said, you had 3 Coke cans a day, like you were eating whatever you liked, like to go from that to salads and water, like that takes an enormous amount of self-control, and commitment to yourself. So where did you like summon that from?
I suppose everyone has like that one moment where something sparks and you suddenly look at yourself and think, damn, I've got to make changes. And that moment for me was actually well, I can't say that it was a moment for me, actually, because it was a gradual build-up of a lot of things over the years. Like, so for example, like I throughout my mid-20s, like, you won't find many photographs of me on social media at that time, because I hated being in photos. I just hated the way I looked in photos, and I would stop socializing as a result. I would stop going out to places. I spent a lot of time, like, just evenings and stuff, just by myself, watching movies, eating, and putting on more weight, really. So it was a detrimental cycle, and all of that was kind of building, and for example, my fitness levels were at an all-time low. Like, I could not even run after Aryan, who was, he was a baby at that time, and I couldn't even run after him without my younger brother. I couldn't run after him without getting out of breath, and it was ridiculous that a 7-year-old could outrun me at that time, and all of that, I suppose, culminated at the satsang, I suppose, and gave me that force to basically say that enough is enough. But I guess it happens in different ways to a lot of people. Like, sometimes it is a build up, and then one thing will happen which makes you just switch your mentality completely and focus, or it can be through the influence of, obviously, someone who is very, very close and very dear to us.
So I think so just to, like, you mentioned, like, Gurudev, like our guru, a few times, and I think we're quite lucky to be in a group, like, in a community where you actually see people making drastic changes to their life. It might not just be fitness; it might be like mentality, choice making when it comes to, like, career, and because we're surrounded by that kind of influence, you kind of, like, believe you can do things that normally you probably couldn't do if you were in a different setting. Like, when I see people, like, quitting their jobs at such a young age to focus on seva and stuff like this, or going to the extreme and becoming, like, atmaprits, which is people who have taken, like, high vows and become celibate at a young age. In this day today, it's so, like, wow, like, there's actually other avenues out there. So I'm sure that's had a massive influence on your belief in yourself.
Completely. And the thing is, we're always surrounded by this positive energy, with like-minded people, and that really, really does help to keep things in perspective, to keep things in focus. And in fact, I'll tell you, like, one of the biggest things I found in this entire, like, physical journey was how many links it had to my spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Because if you can really nail this in this physical aspect, if you can really get it right and go through, I suppose, that period of where you just feel like like you want to give up, but you keep going, like doubts come into your mind. Your mind starts playing mental tricks with you, like, because think about it, you're in such low calories, you're exercising twice a day, every day, and the grind is very, very real. But you'll get those moments in any kind of journey, right? Whether it's physical or like whatever, but especially in your spiritual journey, there might be moments where you do that, like where you think, oh wow, what am I doing all this for? Like, questions will just start arising.
100%.
And that's the time when you need like those like-minded people, and I guess even a higher figure like Gurudev, like our spiritual teacher, to keep you 100% grounded and focused on your path. You definitely need that.
Yeah.
Support group.
No, I definitely agree, because that positivity, like sometimes, like when I was writing my book, for example, like it was taking me so long to do it, and I was in isolation before isolation was a thing, and I was at home trying to write this book. And honestly, sometimes you doubt yourself, like, will I ever get through this? It's not happening right now. But without like the people around me to actually be like, no, Kish, like you can do this. We believe in you, and having, even they don't have to directly say it, but they can do something inspirational. Be like, oh wow, like they're actually doing it. And I think that's a massive help when it comes to the inspiration thing.